what is ideal? Do we really have ideal? I don't know. Because of this situation, right? There is always a dharma sankat involved. Now, Dronacharya ka question, I am guessing, is coming from the instances of Karna and Eklavya. Correct? Okay, so Dronacharya, let's take this. See, all my answers are going to be very big, so please live with that. कई बार ऐसे होता है कि when I go for some talks and people have lots of questions, right? तो मुझे आके वो ऑर्गेनाइजर बोलेगी कि मैम आप फटफट बताओ. मैंने कहा यार फटफट तो पतने वाला है नहीं, ठीक है? आप क्वेश्चन कम पूछो चलेगा, because then what's the point if I confuse more and go, right? So my answers will be long. So Dronacharya, पहले तो how did he start teaching? Okay, he was a poor Brahmin, of course, also very learned, very skilled, but he was very poor. He wanted his son Ashwatthama to drink milk. दूध भी नहीं था उनके पास. तो उनके जो बचपन के मित्र थे द्रुपद, वो उनके पास जाते हैं, पर वो द्रुपद उनको इंसल्ट करके भगा देता है कि भाई फ्रेंडशिप कैन ओनली बी बिटवीन इक्वल्स. बचपन में वी वर इक्वल बिकॉज वी वर एट द सेम ऋषिज आश्रम. नाउ आई एम अ राजा, यू आर नथिंग, राइट? तो काहे का फ्रेंडशिप की बात कर रहे हो? तुमको खाना चाहिए तो मैं खिलाता हूँ, वरना कुछ नहीं. So he felt insulted and he's like, नहीं, I need to take a revenge for this. And anyways, he needed money. तो क्या करो? Find a place, find a राज्य where he can get enough salary to live well and of course provide his services. Like अभी होता है, अभी भी ऐसे ही होता है ना, उस तरीके से. So he goes and he starts teaching in Hastinapur. Okay. Now when he starts teaching, he has all these different shishas, of which one is Arjun. It's not as if love at first sight था अर्जुन के साथ कि अर्जुन दिख गया खत्म मेरा फेवरेट. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं था, ठीक है? Now I'm not going to detail into that. I would request you read the book. But अर्जुन, अगर आप व्यास जी का डिस्क्रिप्शन अर्जुन का पढ़ो ना, he is a kind of a guy who you can not like. Yeah, not because he is very charming. नहीं. He is so dedicated. आप देखो स्कूल में भी there is always this one बच्चा जिसका होमवर्क हमेशा खत्म होगा, है ना? जिसको सब आता होगा, उसका आंसर सब देने में हाथ ऊपर होगा. जो टीचर बोलेगी सब कुछ करेगा. Will the teacher not like a student like that when others are not like that? ठीक है? Arjun is that kind of a student who is extremely dedicated. जब बाकी लोग कुछ भी कर रहे हैं उसे कुछ नहीं पता. उसको ये है कि I have to gain the maximum and I will do whatever the Guruji asks me to do. So there is one instance when even just few days into the Gurukul, Dronacharya tells these guys, सारे बच्चे बैठे हैं जिसमें 5 पांडव और ये कौरव और बाकी सारे लोग भी हैं. उसमें he says that I am teaching you guys, but at the end of this teaching, I want a Guru Dakshina. I will not tell you what that is, but do you promise to give it to me? सब लोग चुप हो गए, सोच रहे हैं कि क्या क्या मांगा होगा. Of course, we'll all think ना, बोलने से पहले क्या करेंगे. तो सब सोच रहे हैं कि क्या इनकी गुरु दक्षिणा होगी. अर्जुन jumps in. गुरुजी आप जो कहो, I will give it to you. ठीक है? So he is that kind of a student and also very dedicated. So, okay, so this is one point to keep in mind. ठीक है? That is why Arjun is really, really liked by Dronacharya. अच्छा, अब क्या होता है कि कर्ण जो है वो भी द्रोणाचार्य का शिष्य होता है. द्रोणाचार्य ने कभी कर्ण को सिखाने से मना नहीं किया है, ठीक है? कर्ण वॉज वेरी मच अ स्टूडेंट ऑफ द्रोणाचार्य पहले से. वाई? बिकॉज अधिरथ हिज फादर वॉज अ वेरी क्लोज फ्रेंड ऑफ धृतराष्ट्र, ठीक है? सो कर्ण को कभी भी किसी ने सीखने से मना नहीं किया है. बट देन व्हाई डज ही गो टू परशुराम इज अ क्वेश्चन, राइट? बिकॉज Karna was very jealous of Arjun पहले से, even when they were in the ashram. ठीक है? अर्जुन का तो ऐसे था कि उसे कोई पढ़ाई नहीं होता था कौन क्या सोच रहा है. He is busy practicing. ठीक है? Karna used to think I'm equally good, but somehow I can't defeat this guy. So if I need to defeat Arjun, if I need to fight Arjun, who's also much younger to me, I need to know the Brahmastra. Okay. तो वो जाते हैं द्रोणाचार्य के पास और कहते हैं कि प्लीज टीच मी द ब्रह्मास्त्र. द्रोणाचार्य सेज आई कैन नॉट टीच यू द ब्रह्मास्त्र बिकॉज द्रोणाचार्य नोज कि दिस गाय इज वेरी जेलस ऑफ अर्जुन और इसीलिए वो ब्रह्मास्त्र चाहते हैं. द्रोणाचार्य ने अर्जुन को भी ब्रह्मास्त्र नहीं सिखाया, बाय द वे, ठीक है? He taught his son half, which led to so much destruction eventually, right? तो उन्होंने अर्जुन को भी नहीं सिखाया. He says, you don't have the adhikar to teach and I will not teach you. Karna says, if that is the case, if you don't teach me the Brahmastra, I will go and find some other guru. Okay. He goes to Parshuram and then lies. तो इसमें द्रोणाचार्य क्या करेंगे? ठीक है, तो इसलिए ये बात तो आती ही नहीं है कि कर्ण को मना किया. ठीक है, that is the first debunking itself. There was no situation where this thing happened कि कर्ण को उसके जन्म जाति के कारण नहीं सिखाया. अच्छा, अब जन्म जाति की बात करते हैं. पहली बात तो ठीक है. What are sutas? Everybody knows. You've heard this, no? Sutputra, 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 and we think it's a gali. Remember this. ठीक है, so we basically think sutas are shudras, before, who do agriculture and all other activities. Let me give you another example. Let me tell you another story. द्रौपदी और पांडव जब अज्ञातवास में होते हैं, remember अज्ञातवास, when they have to stay in disguise and Draupadi is staying like a Sairandri, she's doing the hair and everything. तो उस समय there is this guy who gets very enamored by her. उसका नाम क्या है? कीचक, है ना? So कीचक comes, he's very enamored by her. And he's like, तुम मेरे साथ आ जाओ, you marry me and stuff, and she's trying to avoid him, and then eventually Bhim kills him. You know who's Kichak? Kichak is the सेनापति of Virat's forces. इसीलिए राजा विराट भी उसे कुछ नहीं कर सकते. ठीक है, कुछ नहीं कर सकते उसको. You know who's Kichak? Kichak is a Sutaputra. How? He's a senapati. He is such a strong person कि वहां का राजा उसे कुछ नहीं कर सकता है. And you know there's another connection. Kichak's sister is Sudeshna, Virat's wife. Okay. Their daughter is Uttara. Uttara was married to. So these guys who hate Suta so much went and married a daughter of a Sutaputri. How? But only Karna के साथ अत्याचार हुआ. How is that? Because Sutas are not Shudras. Sutas is a mixed jati. So there is Varna Vyavastha. We have 4 Varna. And over time, we started thinking that 4 Varnas are 4 jatis. At some point, a lot of endogamy happened. That's a different thing. But before that, there were lots of jatis. In fact, जब 1860-65 में जब पहला कास्ट सेंसस ब्रिटिशर्स ने किया था, they had 400 plus jatis. People didn't know which was V1, V2, V3, V4. सब mixed था. So who are Sutas? Sutas are a mixed jati of Brahman mother and Kshatriya father, which was Adhirath. Adhirath was also Suta. You know who is another very big example of Suta? Brahman mother, Kshatriya father. Think if you know. You know the name of Yayati? Yayati is one of the ancestors of the Pandavas. बहुत वर्षों पहले. ठीक है. He had 2 wives. One was Sharmishtha, the other was Devyani. Devyani is the daughter of Shukracharya. Shukracharya is a Brahmin. ठीक है. You know who are the sons of Devyani and Yayati? So Brahmin and Kshatriya. There is some Turvasu वगैरह and there is Yadu. Does Yadu strike a bell? Yadu say? The children of Yadu eventually became the Yadavas, which is Krishna's clan. Eventually, they started getting identified as Kshatriyas because they still continued to be into warfare and Rajas and all of that, right? So that is the same level of Karna. He is not discriminated. कोई अत्याचार नहीं हुआ है उसके साथ. कर्ण के साथ जो भी हुआ है, it is what we say the karma phala. That is the essential siddhanta, principle of Sanatan Dharma. कर्म का कर्म फल होता है. You have adhikar of deciding your karma. You don't have adhikar of deciding your karma phal, but they will be aligned. ठीक है? अपने heroes या villains या आप जो भी कुछ कहो, eventually that's a key thing of इतिहास. जिसके साथ जैसा हुआ, that was because of what they were and what they did. Nobody else's problem. It's very easy for us to say ना, अरे समाज के कारण ये हो गया, समाज के कारण बेचारे के साथ अन्याय हुआ, समाज ये, सोसाइटी ये, पर बाकी लोग के साथ तो नहीं हो रहा, आपके साथ ही क्यों हो रहा है? Must be something, अपने में ही कुछ गड़बड़ होगी ना. But we don't ever want to accept that. It's very easy to outsource responsibilities. And that is why such narratives gain ground. कि अरे बेचारा कर्ण से धड़ आंसू आ जाएंगे and really बेचारे के साथ बहुत अन्याय हुआ. My favorite character is Karna. Everybody says. I have no issues. People can have any favorite character. Yeah, he's a great warrior. He's a great warrior. Nothing against that. But the whole narrative about Karna is extremely flawed. Sutas, as I said, is a mixed jati of Brahmins and Kshatriyas. Sutas were Sarathis. Sutas were storytellers, Kathavachak. Sutas were also warriors. ठीक है? बहुत सारे सूत जो थे वो वॉरियर्स थे, और कर्ण नहीं, कर्ण के जो बाकी सारे फॉस्टर भाई, वो लोग who were born after him, they were all trained in warfare. ऐसा कैसा? Who taught them? Somebody taught them, no? तो कर्ण को मना कर देंगे और बाकी सबको सिखा देंगे, ऐसा कैसा? Right? So no, Suta's Kichak is a Suta. He comes from Kekai. Kekai is the Raja of Kekai is himself a Sut. ठीक है? Eventually the warriors started getting clubbed along with the Kshatriyas. Yeah? The Kathavachaks started getting clubbed with Brahmins. Okay? And Sarathis, yahan wahan, aap dekh lo eventually. So now we don't have a Suta jati per se. But that happened, that forceful V1, V2, V4 jati categorization became a lot more rigid after the caste census of 1965. उसके पहले ऐसा नहीं था नहीं, ऐसा नहीं कि ओवरऑल दूध में धुले हुए और कुछ था ही नहीं और सब हो क्या ही सब प्रेम में एक दूसरे के साथ ये कर रहे थे, ये नहीं कह रही हूँ मैं. ठीक है? We have had our issues. Whenever there are different groups, there will always be some kind of discrimination. The one who has power will always act in a certain way. So I'm not saying that at all. But what you see today, a lot of it has to do with what happened in the last 200 to 500 years, which may not have been the case before that. And if we want to know what happened before that, we need to know our itihas for what it is. Then we will know कि भाई social structure कैसे था? Is it really what we think it is? And whatever we blame our today's ills on, is it that? No, it is not that. In fact, because we forgot that we are in the situation we are in. Okay, so Karna wala ho gaya. Now let's talk of Ekalavya. ठीक है? Ekalavya comes from the Nishad jati. Okay, Nishad is also a mixed jati. Nishad are either Brahman Shudra combination or Kshatriya Shudra combination. Brahman Shudra and Kshatriya Shudra combination are Nishads. Nishads had a lot of professions. They were expert weapon makers. जो शस्त्र बनते थे ना, वो लोग बनाते थे. बहुत सारे जो हिली ट्राइब्स होते थे, उनको निषाद कहा जाता था. जो फिशिंग ट्राइब्स होती थी, उनको निषाद कहा जाता था. They all learned warfare. ठीक है? So if you see the महाभारत युद्ध, उसमें भी बहुत सारे निषाद warriors were there on both sides. ठीक है? So it was not as if Nishads were not taught warfare. In fact, all jatis learned some kind of warfare. ठीक है? But did Dronacharya refuse to teach Ekalavya? Yes. He refused to teach Ekalavya. Why did he refuse to teach Ekalavya? Now the way this comes in the text is very interesting. We are told Raja Hiranyadhanu, who is the father of Ekalavya, he comes with Ekalavya and he goes to Dronacharya because Dronacharya by that time had a lot of name across Bharatvarsh and lot of other princes had come to him to get trained. Okay. So Ekalavya comes and the line goes, Tesham Anaviksha. Tesham Anaviksha matlab he sees that this guy, Ekalavya, who's the son of Hiranyadhanu, a Naishadhi, he's the Raja of Nishad, so Ekalavya is called Naishadhi. He looks at Ekalavya, he looks at his students Anaviksha is to see, examine at his own students, Sesham, his own students, and he says, I will not teach. ठीक है. Now, पहली बात तो, does a person have the right to decide who to teach and who not to teach? Prerogative है गुरु के पास. ठीक है, पहली बात. अच्छा, दूसरी बात, was he not taught because he was Nishad? Could be. We don't know. It could also be that he felt that all these other guys, the lifestyles are different, right? Alag-alag tribes ka alag-alag lifestyle hota hai. He thought maybe he will not gel in with the already Raj, the princes of Hastinapur and that I have. Maybe he will not gel in. But are they saying anything bad about Nishads? No, because if that was the case, we know that Ekalavya came to the Rajsuya Yagna of Yudhishthir. He was invited. At that time, he was the Raja of his father had passed away. So he was now the Raja. And he actually came for that Rajsuya Yagna. Yeah? As I said, both sides had Nishad warriors who fought. Also, Ekalavya was very close to Jarasandh, the Raja of Magad. After Jarasandh died, Ekalavya along with another Raja Shalva, they attacked Dwarka. And Krishna killed Ekalavya. Okay, which means he was very much a warrior. Yeah, but we don't know exactly why Dronacharya refused to teach him. Did Dronacharya have the prerogative? Definitely, he can decide who he wants to teach. Okay. Now there's another angle to this. Not angle, there is another extension to this, right? He took away Ekalavya's thumb. Now again, what happened? This is what happened. That Arjun, they all the princes, they go and they see that this वहाँ उनके साथ एक कुत्ता जा रहा होता है and वो कुत्ता भौंक रहा होता है. So Ekalavya, he shoots 7 arrows inside the mouth of the dog while the dog is barking. Just imagine, वो भौ-भौ कर रहा है, उस समय उसके मुंह के अंदर 7 उसने बाण मार दिए. So the kutta can't bhoko anymore. So the mouth is open. Okay. So the princes, they see that and they're like, "Arey, this takes some real skill. Ye kaun hai?" So Arjun also sees that and then they ask him. So Ekalavya says, "I am the student of Dronacharya." Dronacharya had refused, but he still says, "I am the student of Dronacharya." So Arjun goes back and he tells Dronacharya, "अच्छा, तब तक क्या हुआ था ना? There have been other instances. एक जिसमें out of a test, but Arjun had saved the life of Dronacharya. जब एक मगर उनका पांव पकड़ता है, तभी बाकी everybody is just stunned watching कि क्या करे. And Arjun is the one who actually, because he knows the Shabdavedi, he kills that magar and he saves Dronacharya. So Dronacharya had told Arjun that amongst all my students, I will make you the best archer. ठीक है, ये उन्होंने already तब उसको कहा है. तो Arjun, young guy, he comes, he says, अरे आपने मुझे बोला था, but I think this guy is better than me. ऐसे कैसे हो गया? That's it. Then Arjun goes away. Then Dronacharya is thinking something. And the next day he goes, and we know the story. वो Ekalavya को बोलते हैं कि if you think I'm your guru, give me Guru Dakshana. And he takes away his finger. I personally think it was very, very unfair. ठीक है? I very personally think it was not unfair. It was unfair. To not teach him was Dronacharya's prerogative, for sure. But to take away his finger just because he considered you a guru was not fair. ठीक है? Now let's think of it from a Dharma Sankat perspective. He was getting his salary, Dronacharya was getting his salary from Hastinapur. He had committed something to Arjun. Now Arjun did not say कि आप उसको कुछ करो. ठीक है? Maybe Dronacharya could have thought of something else to tell him कि अरे बाबा, you can't take my name anymore. ये वो. Anything he could have done. But to prove his loyalty to Arjun and to Hastinapur, he did what he did. Okay. I don't think it was the right thing to do. Absolutely not. Okay. So whether it is about an ideal guru or not, I don't know. But the thing is, he wanted to show his loyalty to Hastinapur. Is there a caste angle here? No. But was this the right thing to do? Some people do justify it. They'll say that, nahi, but wo to Jarasandh ke saath tha, and Jarasandh was the enemy of Hastinapur. They'll say all those things. I don't buy that. Why? Because Shishupal was also with Jarasandh and Dronacharya very much taught him. Okay? So I don't buy that part at all. There are some people who would say कि इसलिए ठीक था. Also, I don't think that every character in Mahabharata needs to be justified or defended. No, we see the actions for what they are and we say अगर हम होते तो क्या करते? तो क्या अंगूठा लेना ठीक था? मुझे नहीं लगता ठीक. But then is Dronacharya the epitome of dharma? Probably not. Anyways, right? Which side did he fight on? Knowing fully well which was on the side of adharma. Why? Again, it's a very interesting dharma sankat. It's very easy for us to say, अरे मालूम था फिर भी गलत की साइड पे लड़ाई की, ठीक है. But again, it's about where is your salary coming from? आपका जो संसार सब चला है वो किसके कारण चला है? युधिष्ठिर के कारण तो नहीं चला, धृतराष्ट्र के कारण चला है. तो अगर हम हमारी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की भी बात करें तो if say there is a call which the management takes which we may not completely agree with, but will we go against them and go and help the competitor even if we think the competitor is right? So how could Dronacharya have done that? He could have. He was still the guru. That's a different thing, right? But then how do you decide? Will that be fair? कि नहीं, मुझे लगता है competitor सही है तो मैं खाना तो इधर का खाता हूँ, नमक इस कंपनी का खाता हूँ, I'll go help that company, right? So it's not an easy decision to just say कि नहीं इधर नहीं, I'll go fight with them. Although they tried their best to ensure कि ये युद्ध ना हो पाए. Eventually Duryodhan didn't listen, that's a different thing. But they tried. ठीक है. So again, very interesting situation ना, because Dronacharya को ये है कि how do I prove my loyalty? उस केस में he was willing to take away this guy's thumb. Ideal, I don't know. It's not about guru. It's just about what you value at that point in time and what is the messaging you want to do, right? So I hope it gives some dimensions to how to think about these situations, yeah, more than anything else. Ji. Oh, I should tell you one more thing about this, जो मैं mixed जातीस की बात कर रही थी. You know, how does Mahabharata start? So Mahabharata starts this way कि नैमिषारण्य, there is a forest called नैमिषारण्य, वहाँ पे ऋषि शौनक का एक गुरुकुल है, ठीक है. तो ऋषि शौनक का एक गुरुकुल है, वहाँ उग्रश्रवा करके एक ऋषि आते हैं एंड सारे बच्चे उनसे पूछते हैं कि आप कहाँ से आ रहे हो. एंड उग्रश्रवा सेज, मैं जन्मजय के सर्पसत्र से आ रहा हूँ जहाँ पर महाभारत सुनाया गया. जन्मजय इज द ग्रैंडसन ऑफ अभिमन्यु, ठीक है. तो ही वाज डूइंग अ यज्ञ देयर where first public rendition of Mahabharata happened, done by Vaishampayan ji, who is a student of Vyas, ठीक है, व्यास जी. So he basically says, मैं वहां से आया हूँ तो मैंने ये महाभारत सुना जो पांडवों कौरवों की कथा है. And the बच्चा, the students were like, हमें भी सुनना है. तो वो उग्रश्रवा सुनाते हैं. उग्रश्रवा फिर वो जब सुनाना शुरू करते हैं, you know how it starts? सौती उवाच. You know why he is a Sauti? Because he comes from a clan of Sutas. So the very story of Mahabharata has come to us by a Kathavachak who's a Suta. ठीक है? And Sutaputra is not a Gali. Even Shakuni calls him Sutaputra. Even Duryodhan calls him Sutaputra. It's just the way of saying. जैसे विदुर के लिए many a times the word Shakta is used. You know what is a Shakta? Or for Yuyutsu, Karan is used. You know what's a Karan? You know who's Yuyutsu? Yuyutsu का नाम सुना है? Yuyutsu is a stepbrother of Duryodhan. ठीक है. एक वैश्य स्त्री है, वैश्य स्त्री and Dhritarashtra have a son who's Yuyutsu, and Gandhari के साथ he has his 100 sons and 1 daughter. ठीक है. So Yuyutsu is a stepbrother of Dhritarashtra, but he's called Karan again. Why? Because Kshatriya and a Vaishya. Okay, so he's called Karan. Kshakta. Why Kshakta? Because Vyasji is a Brahmin at that point, right? Along with Shudra Sri. So he's called a Kshakta. And again, if caste was such a big thing, he was made the prime minister of Hastinapur, no? All these years. And he's called a Kshakta because these are just identity vachak shabdas. There is no tone attached to it. Today we read tones into them. But there it is no tone attached to him. It is just how it was. Sanjay is called Suta. How many times? Not just there. In Ramayana, जो Sumatra है ना, Sumatra is the, anybody knows? Correct. He's a minister of Dashrath. And very, very close friend and also a Sarthi. So he's a minister, he's a Sarthi and a very close friend. He is a Suta. also ये ठीक है. And Guh here, there is a Raja Guha who comes. He's a Nishad who's also very close friend of Sri Ram. Yeah, so we have both sutas and ये even in Ramayana. And you don't see कि अरे वो कुछ अजीब तरीके से उनको देखते हैं. गुहा को तो जब पहली बार श्री राम मिलते हैं तो he goes and hugs him tight. परिष्वज्व ऐसे लिखा है उसमें, ठीक है. तो हमको लगता है कि अरे ऐसे कैसे, एक्चुअली तो वो हाथ भी नहीं लगाना चाहिए था अगर हम जिस our understanding of untouchability जो था. Anyways, वो तो even Ambedkar says that till 8th century, 6th century AD, there are no examples of untouchability. It starts after that. But anyways, sorry. Everybody in Mahabharata and Ramayana, ठीक है, what is it that they are going through? गीता जब शुरू होती है उसके पहले अर्जुन के साथ क्या हुआ है? अर्जुन is at a point in life where he knows a war is going to happen. No, इतने वर्ष he's been waiting for that war to happen. Okay. At that juncture, he's confused. Ki how do I kill my own family? On one end is the Raj Dharma because they were Rajas. Justice matters, right? That war just didn't happen. Well, every measure of negotiation failed. संधि के हर डिस्कशन जब फेल हुआ उसके बाद युद्ध हुआ. ऐसे नहीं था कि चलो एक दिन उठ के the Pandavas were ready even on 5 गांव. They said 5 गांव दे दो हमको. You keep Indraprastha. If the war can be avoided, give us 5 गांव, let the war not happen. और दुर्योधन said nothing doing. सुई के टोक जितनी भी जमीन में आपको दूंगा नहीं. ठीक है. Now how long do you let the bully have his way? Right? फिर तो क्या वो मात्स्य राय जैसी सिचुएशन होगी ना, जो भी बुली करेगा उसका हो जाएगा. That is not a state you want to live in. That is not a state of justice. So that's when the युद्ध happened. तब भी जाके Arjun, who's actually gone and gotten Divyastra and all that from Indra, Pashupadastra from Shivji, he is now finally on the day of the fight. He's standing there, he's like, how do I kill my family? What is that? Swadharma versus Raj Dharma ka Kutumba Dharma ka conflict. Dharma Sankat. What is Bhishma going through all this while? In a way, he's the patriarch of the family. So one is the Kutumba Dharma, but the other, like Dronacharya, उनका भी रोजी रोटी तो यहाँ से आया है, हस्तिनापुर से. So he's also a sevak. So should he go with that sevak dharma, loyalty to Hastinapur, or should he put his foot down and say, नहीं, मैं कुटुंब का बड़ा हूँ, कुटुंब के लिए ऐसे करो, right? Every single person is going through this dharma sankat. Even Dhritarashtra क्या है? कि my son, एक वो पुत्र मोह है, पुत्र धर्म है, that I should do everything that my son wants. Other hand is the Raj Dharma. He knows what is the right thing to do, but still can't because किसे priority दो? और उन धर्म संकटों में जिसने जैसा निर्णय लिया, आउटकम उसका वैसा हुआ. ठीक है. कर्ण का क्या था? Especially after he knew that these guys are my family. ठीक है. Then what was it? Still it was his अहंकार कि भाई मुझे अर्जुन को तो हराना ही है. ठीक है. Versus every other dharma. People talk of it as mitra dharma. I don't agree. Because if your mitra dharma was that strong, what is the dharma of the mitra? To tell you कि भाई what is good for you, na? Not just आपकी हाँ में हाँ मिलाना. But चलो, even if I assume loyalty to the mitra, if your loyalty was so strong, why did you go and promise Kunti that I will not kill anybody else? You knew that would weaken your side, no? वहाँ पे on the 17th day, the 16th, 17th day when he was actually fighting the war, his first goal should have been I'll capture Yudhishthir and ensure Duryodhan wins. But नहीं, तभी वो प्रतिज्ञा बीच में आ गई. तो क्या? This is full confusion, right? First 10 days of the war, Karna did not fight. The war which he wanted. सारे हस्तिनापुर वासी एक तरफ, कर्ण एक तरफ. Every time somebody said कि युद्ध मत करो, including Gandhari and Dhritarashtra, this guy would be like, मैं हूं ना, लोड मत लो, मैं हूं ना, I will fight. कोई और नहीं fight करेगा दुर्योधन, I will fight. And this guy sits out of the war for 10 days because of an ego issue with Bhishma. No, Bhishma doesn't tell him to sit outside. There is a ego issue. Bhishma थोड़ा सा उसको चुगली करते हैं, बट तभी तुम्हारा मित्र धर्म किधर गया फिर? Then what is it that really matters to you? Only your अहंकार, no? You didn't say कि उनको जो बोलना है बोलने दो, मेरा मित्र matters more to me. तभी he says, I will not fight. You know why? He says, because I will fight, I will kill the Pandavas, but उसका credit भीष्म को मिल जाएगा, because Bhishma is the सेनापति. So I will not fight. यावत जीवित कौन्तेय गांगेय न योत्से. I will not fight till Gangeya is alive. ठीक है. So anyways, he is a complete, he's actually, the sankat is still there. Only one person has no sankat. You know the name of that person? Duryodhan. No dharma only, no sankat only, na? Sankat तो तब होगा when you're aware of your dharma. When your dharma is me, myself, तब तो क्या संकट? Then your priority is very clear. मैं ही, बाकी सब मेरे बाद, है ना? And of course Krishna, but even see, Krishna goes through that entire process. He is doing that sandhi, even though he knows that those guys are on the wrong side. But the yuddha can never be the first option, yeah. And isliye for Arjun to have that dharma sankat shows his quality as a human, right? Because युद्ध का आउटकम कोई भी साइड के लिए अच्छा नहीं होता है. कौरव्स मर गए वो तो जाने दो. All the sons of the Pandavas were killed, yaar. All of them, right? कोई भी नहीं जिया. Parikshit is the grandson who could have also died. So it is not as if the result on the side of the Pandavas were any good. No. It was still a destruction. So you avoid a war as much as you can. But then, अन्याय को सहन नहीं कर सकते. Beyond a point, right? That is where you put your foot down. Again, this is all about dharma. And I always say this, what is dharma? That is the biggest question. Okay. So maybe I'll just... So what is dharma? How do you even think of this concept of dharma? You know, the biggest ridiculous thing that has happened in Bharat is to say we are dharma nirpeksha. The biggest stupidity that has ever happened. Especially, and you'll realize it why I'm saying this. Because what is dharma? Let me tell you a story. Again, this comes in Mahabharata only. Okay, it comes in Mahabharata. It's from the time of the war. What is it that Dashrath has gone through when he allows Sri Ram to go on Vanvas? What is it that he goes through? What is that dharma sankat? पत्नी को जो बोला, हाँ, पत्नी को प्रतिज्ञा दिया था, but you know, it's not so simple. He had one more pratigya which he had given to the people of Ayodhya. The coronation of Sri Ram was not Dashrath thinking मैं राजा बना देता हूँ, ठीक है? Of course, he proposed the name of Sri Ram, but it is a sabha में सब बैठे हैं, and he says, I think I need a hire now, and I propose the name of Sri Ram. Do you all agree? And they are like, हाँ, बना दो. We all think very unanimously that Sri Ram should be the king, and Dashrath says, no, not because I've said. You make your case. क्यों आप चाहते हो that Sri Ram is the king, should become the king? And if you think there is somebody else who might be more suitable, आप उनका भी नाम बताओ. चलेगा. Let's do that. So then different people, there's a whole sarga where different people are saying why they support this coronation of Sri Ram. After that, the decision to make Sri Ram the Raja has happened, which is a unanimous decision of Ayodhya's Sabha. It was not just Dashrath's decision. Yeah. So making Sri Ram the king was a promise which Dashrath has made to his people as well. So it is Raj Dharma, it is Patni Dharma, and it is Putra Dharma. ठीक है. These are the dharma sankats he is going through. Eventually, जो श्री राम की जो मेन बातें होती है, ठीक है, कि वो अग्नि परीक्षा, this, that, all that. What is there? It is Patni Dharma versus Raj Dharma, right? At every point, everybody is going through that only. रावण का आप देखो. Again, रावण को कोई बताता नहीं है क्या कि तुम्हारा लंका पूरा खत्म हो जाएगा? कितने लोग बताते हैं? His mother, his Nanaji, his wife, Marich, his own Rakshas, the messengers, the Dutas, the spies that he sends, no, in the camp of Sri Ram, they also tell him. वो उनकी मजाक उड़ाता है कि हाँ तुम डर गए, ठीक है? So everybody tells him But then what took priority for him? My ahankar, my kama, right? So again, in those dharma sankats, how did people navigate and make the decisions they made determined the final outcome, right? That is what. So in Ramayana, these situations are fewer because when they are in the jungle, it is just one path that they have to take, by and large, yeah. But eventually, and in the beginning, the dharma sankats have come. Ramayana from a dharma sankat, Mahabharata from a dharma sankat point of view is more interesting. Though the dharma sankats of Ramayana come closer to us, because that's basically what we discussed. Family, immediate family, no, not even cousins. Immediate family, yeah, Raj Dharma. Yeah. And everybody has gone through that, including Sita Ma, eventually. My Stri Dharma, my Stri identity, or Patni Dharma. And she chooses her Stri identity over it. And that was the right thing to do at that point in time. But before that, there is Rani Dharma also for her, no? Which she has lived. She's lived through that Dharma as well. So anyways, then what is Dharma? Way of life, doing the righteous thing. Okay, so every word in Sanskrit has a root word. Okay, the root word of dharma is the same as the root word of dharti. Okay, it's dhri, dhri, dhru. Okay, dhri is to uphold and to sustain. Okay, dharan karna. So the definition of dharma goes dharayati iti dharma. One that upholds and sustains, that is dharma. Sustains what? Upholds what? Is the question. So eventually in Mahabharata, there is a definition which comes. So Rama, Sri Ram is called Ramo Vigrahavan Dharmaha. Ram is a personification of dharma. What does it mean? That his decisions are aligned with dharma. What does it mean? Doesn't mean he's stubborn or वो सिर्फ एक ही चीज करते हैं. नहीं. Because if that was the case, let's not forget, he did kill Wali from hiding behind a tree. Usually people say, ऐसा ना comparison करेंगे राम और कृष्ण का. और राम के लिए बोलेंगे, I never broke a rule. I lived by every rule. And कृष्ण के लिए बोलेंगे, I broke all the rules. Oh my God. And the worst part is you hear this in like big Kathavachako ka sessions also. Seriously, that is trivializing both of them. Right? Because if we take the avatar concept, why do avatars happen? What does Krishna say in Gita? Dharma sansthapanarthaya. Right? The avatars have happened for establishing dharma. What is dharma? Dharayati iti dharma. One that sustains and upholds. Upholds and sustains what is what I asked you. What do you think it sustains? And we have our individual dharmas also. What are they sustaining and upholding? When you say kutumba dharma, what is that sustaining? The kutumba, right? For your family. So let's take a kutumba example. Say a family has to thrive, survive, be strong. Okay? And why? Ek to, the family gives us comfort, the family gives us security, it gives us help, we are taken care of and all that. For that, a family has to be strong. If the family is not strong, we won't get the benefits that we get out of the family. But how will the family be strong? If everybody who's a part of that family works towards making that kutumba strong, right? That is what is our individual kutumba dharma, putra dharma, patni dharma, pati dharma, all of that, right? If today somebody says, my way or highway, आप मेरे को रोटी कपड़ा मकान दो, मैं कुछ नहीं करूंगा, will that family survive? Absolutely not, right? So if you want to gain benefits from that kutumba, you will have to work that helps make that unit stronger. Dharma eva hato hanti, dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. If you want the kutumba to help you, You have to help the kutum become stronger. One who protects dharma gets protected. One who kills dharma gets killed. This is as simple as that. Apply it in your kutum. So then what are we talking about upholding and sustaining? Any system that we are a part of. That system could be a kutumba. That system could be this organization. That system could be the Rajya. That system could be the Rashtra. The system could be a Samaj that you are a part of. The system could be the school, right? It's exactly the same. If you want that system, if you want this organization to grow and prosper, you will all have to individually cooperate, right? To make it happen, to collaborate, to do your jobs the way you must do your jobs, as it is expected out of you. Tabhi jaake, when the organization prospers, you will get your bonuses, your promotions, your acknowledgements, everything. Okay? But say you work in a way, if we work in a way that is detrimental to the organization will throw us away. या उनका कुछ अगर बुरा होता है तो अपना जो benefits मिल रहा है, that's not going to happen, right? So we have a dharma towards the organization. Organization has a dharma towards us. Because if the organization does not give us the recognition we deserve, we will leave and go, no? The organization will not sustain. So what is that? Our dharma, the dharma of the organization is what we are talking about. Extending this to the society, to the samaj. So what does dharma uphold? Any system, any organization, any unit that they are a part of. So there is there's a beautiful shloka which Krishna talks about, that what is dharma, and this is what he says: dharmo dharayati praja. Dharma sustains life. So dharma is that overarching principle that allows sustenance and sustainability. Sustainability is not a new term. Dharma means sustainability, and hence it's ridiculous, laughable that we say we are dharma nirpeksh. We are pantha nirpeksh, not dharma nirpeksh. It can never be dharma nirpeksh, because if it is dharma nirpeksh, you're about to fall and get destroyed, right? So that is dharma. Now take this dharma. Now how do we understand the dharma sankats, right? If you allow a bully to have his way, will the samaj sustain? सब एक दूसरे को मार काटी करेंगे ना? Then what is important? Dharma sanstapana. For that dharma sanstapana, eventually we say the avatars have come, right? So what was the reason for Sri Ram or Sri Krishna or Pandavas or whatever? Establishing a system which sustains and thrives over extended periods of time. How do you set that up? By living those principles in your own life. They are what they were, so they had that large influence, right? So through their own lives, they have taught us कि भाई अगर एक राजा है तो राजा को कैसा निर्णय लेना चाहिए. At what point should he say that, yaar, I know that my family is important and my wife is really not at fault, but if my praja wants it, I will have to do it, because that is what my kartavya towards my praja is. Only then this society, my rajya, will sustain. Because nahi to kya hoga? The praja will not. तब कैसे होता था ना? राजा का शब्द was न्याय. ठीक है, राजा ने बोल दिया वो न्याय. आज की जैसा ऐसा नहीं था कि भाई चलो आप इधर जाके पूछो उधर जाके पूछो. नहीं, राजा says that is न्याय. Now how does your praja have that unfailing faith in your word when they know that the raja will always be just and he will always have us as his first priority? How do you prove that to your praja, that come what may, you will always be my first priority? Which means if I am not being fair to my family, I might still have to do that, right? Because this, my position as a raja, is not a privilege. It is a responsibility. It is a kartavya. I cannot run away from it. There is no option to run away. It's not like now कि चलो वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया की प्रेसिडेंट couldn't sustain तो रिजाइन करके भाग गई. ऐसा नहीं होता है. तभी ऐसा नहीं था एटलीस्ट, अब की बात अलग है, राइट? सो इन दोज सिचुएशंस व्हाट वर द आइडियल्स दैट दीज पीपल सेट फॉर लीडर्स एंड फॉर पीपल इन देयर लाइफ्स is what both Mahabharata and Ramayana teach us.